Welcome in, everyone, to the Space Coast Podcast, Space Coast Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Queen, former lead info analyst of all Southeast Georgia, Savannah, Brunswick, Okefenokee to Hilton Head. And welcome everybody to Queen Media. And we have a big podcast coming up today. We have Ben Troupe coming on, and we're going to talk about UF Gators in March Madness. It's going to be a extra fun one. Also going to talk about mentorship coming up from youth sports all the way up to NFL and college. We still have a few guys that we know in the league. They're really hanging in. We're old guys, but we know a few. And also we're going to check in with the NBA. You guys can check out the West is running hot right now. Thunder played the Magic the other day. Close game. Thunder up. Clinched the playoffs. And I want to welcome in our first guest, the one and only All-American from the University of Florida Gators, NFL tight end, played all over the states from Tampa to Tennessee to the Raiders. Ben Troupe. Welcome in, Ben. What's up, Ben?
Man, what's up, Cody? It's good to be back with you, sir. Let's get to it. I mean, I hear you talk about them Gators, March Madness, mentoring. We all over the place, but we keep it on the tracks. We keep it on the tracks.
So the biggest topics lately that's going to be around town is there are bananas out here, and actually pretty much all over the place since Gruden was there. He put them on the map of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, your former team. We're going to get into their free agency. It is March Madness. The NFL free agency is madness at the same time. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how chaotic is your phone right now? Going off for all the NFL free agency, because I know mine's going off nonstop.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I enjoy it, being able to transition from the National Football League to going into media. What I appreciate the most, Cody, was what we had at ESPN Radio was an opportunity to be recognized as a media personality, and that's not something that ever goes away. It's like, not to compare the two, but if it was Dr. Queen, even when you retire, people still calling you Doc, no matter what. So for us, it's not that we retired; it's just that the network itself came to an end. So from pro days to NFL free agency to March Madness,
and people to tell them with me and you, I started the NFL thing there as an intern, and then a little after, once I got hired, you got hired also, and obviously you were an NFL guy, so we started doing NFL stuff. And we did a little podcast before Every Inch Counts and everything, and it went well. And we got accepted. You went to an NFL draft and the Tennessee, right? Also, I got accepted for Bowl 2020. So between me and you, no one else is doing NFL stuff. So I would appreciate you helping me for doing all that. Before too. Without you, I wouldn't even been able to get into college, because I know we talked about this last time. You taking me to my first college game, and it's just bananas. So it was a good.
It was DJ Dallas. It was DJ Dallas' first game.
Yes, yeah, exactly. It was. And what happened with that was that one of the billionaires sold their portion of ESPN Savannah, and that's why ESPN Savannah is no longer around, folks. But now we're doing our own thing. It took me a few years to get this going. But yes, DJ Dallas was there. He is with the Jags right now. We'll get with the Jags in a minute. But with the Bucs, how are you feeling with the Bucs and the free agency? I know they got rid of my boy. I love my boy. 1,000 yards a million times. Obviously had an injury last year. Mike Evans. So I know it's a big deal losing him, but they have enough other receivers, I feel like, to take his place, and they wanted to give him to a great place that he could probably get a ring with. I feel like it's a win, But I know it's because the salary cap, they can't keep it going. So something was going to happen. So I feel like they set him up to do well over there. He's already got a ring. Maybe he gets another. But the colors don't change much, right? So he's going to look smooth in the red either way.
Yeah, Mike Evans, reports came out that obviously the Glazer family offered him more money than San Francisco. I think for Mike Evans, he just wanted to change of pace, to be at the same place over a decade, to have the 1,000-yard season like 10 years in a row. Came up a little bit short last year because of injuries. He wanted to have a team that was already built, a team that was willing to give him the same touches, because he never said he wanted to be the number one guy.
From what I hear, they upped it enough to equal the Tampa Bay offer with taxes.
Yeah, Mike Evans is
why
the
not,
guy,
right?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, well, I mean, you talk about Brock Purdy, you talk about Ricky Pearsall, you talking about Christian McCaffrey, you talking about George Kittle, talking about Trent Williams. I mean, Drake Kinlaw just came back over there at linebacker to go, the Aviva side. You know what I'm saying? Warner. They gotta, you talk about Nick Bosa. This team is a really, really good squad when they're healthy. Mike Evans wants to be a part of a team that already has a culture, that already has a coach, that already has a scheme for him, and already has an offense that he fits right in. Ricky Pearsall is probably going to be the number one, but Mike Evans is going to get those touches. George Kittle is still the best all-around tight end in football. Trent Williams, I know he's older, but who plays better at left tackle than him? I mean, Fred Warner is the best. Fred Warner is the best defensive player in football, not named Myles Garrett. That dude is everywhere on the field. Nick Bosa, when he's well, he's hell. When he's hard to deal with. He's just been injured. So yeah, I think for Mike Evans, and he's looking at a division now that's right. I mean, you got the defending Super Bowl champion, the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah. You talking about what the Rams are going to do with the former regular season MVP and Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. That division is going to be difficult. But I think Mike Evans said they won 13 games last year with the injury bug. He said they was looking for a missing piece. He said he's the missing piece, and that they're going to be the team to beat in the NFC West. But Seattle got something to say about it, and the Rams got something to say about it. And unfortunately, the Cardinals are the Cardinals. No matter, even without Kyler Murray having Jacoby Brissett.
They're tortilla uniforms. They look like tortillas, dude. They look like tortillas, dude. But let's get into the Bucs. Key signings and re-signings. Here's out the money right there. Right away, I put a tight end on here for you. Cade Otton, 3 years, $30 million, $20 million. I know you back at it's went up substantially since when you were in.
It ain't even close.
$20 million guaranteed, Ben. Re-signed. He has 148 career receptions and 10 touchdowns. Alex Alonso, Alex.
It's Alex Anzalone.
Anzalone, 17 million, 12 million guaranteed. Obviously, played for the Lions, but I feel like this is you pick up two good pickups. I feel like they got to get Kenneth Gainwell on a 2-year deal, and they got him 9.8 guaranteed. And Jake Browning, that backup, they finally got I feel like Jake Browning is a great backup. $1.33 million, new primary backup for Baker Mayfield. I feel like it's all right, but they did lose Rashad White. But I feel like Kenneth Gainwell, that's a good pickup.
Kenneth Gainwell is a good pickup for them when you look at what they want to do in the running game. Alex Anzalone comes over, as you mentioned, from the Detroit Lions, former Florida Gator. Alex Anzalone, so he's back. In the yeah. Cade Otton is listen, Mr. No Gloves himself. Really, really good security blanket for Baker Mayfield. The signing that threw me off, which was a good signing for them, was A'Shawn Robinson. He comes over from the Carolina Panthers, and he did not want to leave Carolina. He was a camp casualty, or he was going to be a guy that was going to be hurting the cap. He was a cap casualty. But I would say this about the Bucs. Todd Bowles is a really, really good coach. Yeah, you mentioned Kenneth Gainwell. You add A'Shawn Robinson. You're talking about Jake Browning, Alex Anzalone, Cade Otton. You talk about Winfield and what they got on defense. Levante David, he'll be back hopefully, for another year. Vita Vea and those guys on the D-line. This Bucs team is still the class of the NFC South. Now, teams have caught up. Because what happened last year was this. The Bucs couldn't beat the Falcons. The Falcons couldn't beat Carolina, and Carolina couldn't beat New Orleans. That was so the fact that you had the Falcons, the Bucs, and the Panthers for a 3-way tie for 8 and 9, and the freaking and the 8 and 9 Carolina Panthers team won the division because the last week of the season it was Atlanta versus freaking New Orleans, and Atlanta won. So if Atlanta wins, Carolina goes. If New Orleans wins, the Bucs go. Obviously, Atlanta won. You're gonna really get to see how good Baker Mayfield is or isn't in 2026 because Mike Evans was a security blanket. You talking about Chris Godwin, who's really, really good when he's healthy. You're talking about a Bucs team that just knows how to win, but having all that veteran leadership, losing a guy like Mike Evans, forget what he meant on the field, what he meant to that locker room, what he meant for the stability of a young receiver coming in to try to mentor him. But Baker Mayfield is saying, look, I'm going to miss Mike, but I think we got a good enough team to compete in this division. Now, the NFC South is one of those divisions you're not going to. Am I back?
You're good.
Was that me? Oh, okay. You're gonna get one team in. Yeah, you're gonna get one team in. So I will say this. The Bucs are gonna be a team to deal with in 2026. How good they're gonna be, I don't know. Because Ty Bowles is playing for his he's coaching for his NFL life though, Cody, because if he loses, if he has a back, Tom Brady started a tradition in freaking Tampa that even Baker Mayfield came in and he benefited from. Well, that team looks a lot different. No Leonard Fournette, no Gronk, no Antonio Brown. You had those caliber of guys on the team when they were winning. Now, no Mike Evans. No Mike Evans in Tampa is like saying no Derek Brooks. It's just weird that he's going to be in a different uniform. I don't know what went on in 2025 because the Bucs wanted him to stay, but he was like, "Nah, I'm out. See you guys later. Appreciate everything. Appreciate all the because Mike Evans was in Tampa to watch Tampa go from this to this because they used to be bad,
dude. Bad, dude. They're bad.
But now they created a nice culture there. They created a winner there. Do they have staying power? Because when Levante David is the elder statesman, I mean, Jerry McCoy, he's moved on to the media side of things. They're doing a really, really good job at it.
Doing good.
By the way, I'm going to be intrigued to see because even though Carolina won the division, no one's scared of Carolina. The Bucs can't find a way to beat the Falcons.
Carolina's one free agency right now. They got Jalen Phillips, dude. He's going to come off the edge like a dog. I mean,
they got Jalen Phillips and they got what's his name from freaking they got him from Jacksonville, the freaking linebacker. They got him. They got two. They got two really, really good but what's his name?
Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd.
Oh my God, they did get Devin Lloyd. $45 million, dude. Congrats, Lloyd. God, dog. Oh my goodness. So, they also got Rasheed Walker at freaking tackle. That's gonna they can rotate him and all right. They're not. I mean,
you got some. They did some things in the NFC South.
They got AJ Dillon.
They did because they got AJ Dillon because
too.
They got Kenny Pickett. They got AJ Dillon. They got AJ Dillon because Rico Dowdle, he went over there to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They did get Kenny Pickett. They did get John Mechie to bring him back with his old teammate Bryce Young.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the big money moves. Obviously, Jalen Phillips, we just talked about that, going to the Panthers, largest contract ever for a free agent edge rusher, 4-year, $120 million. Alec Pierce staying with the Colts, 4-year, $116 million. Trey Hendrickson, we know that drama. Ravens, 4-year, $112 million, signed after Ravens trade for Max Crosby fell through. We can obviously talk about that in a second because that was, I don't know what your thoughts about that, but that's kind of wild. Also, local team down here south, Malik Willis, I think he's a good football player. 3-year deal, so they're believing in him. $67.5 million. And $45 million fully guaranteed. My boy made that cheddar come from Liberty. Come on, baby. And Kenneth Walker going to Chiefs, 3-year, $45 million. I hate that because I'm a Broncos guy, but that's a great pickup by the damn Chiefs. They're going to be good again. Just have a little bit. It depends when Patty will be back, and I know Kelsey will be back, but also let's see. The Patriots got Romeo Doubs, and they got a good O-lineman via Vera Tucker, and also the Raiders obviously get to keep Crosby. I feel like he wanted to go somewhere. Then they might have a good first pick by homeboy out of Indiana. So I feel like all the times to be a Raider in his career, this might be the best time to actually do it. Even though that division is really hard, it's not been unheard of for the West to put 3 or 4 teams into the playoffs, and the loser is Bills. They lost a few guys, but Didn't they trade for DJ Moore? Didn't they
They
get
did
DJ
trade. They
Moore?
did trade for
All right,
DJ
so
Moore.
so a bunch of stuff going around. Next, we'll get into the quarterbacks and the running back renaissance. Obviously, we cover a lot of Falcons too. You're in Georgia, so we're going to get into the Falcons. I've been covering Falcons forever. They're my second team. They're my NFC team. I wish I had a better NFC team, but I don't. But that's I got you guys got me onto the Braves and the Falcons while I was there. So, what do you think about these deals? Trey Hendrickson. Let's start with him. Getting a great deal. $112 million, and it gets to leave a disaster of a team lately, the Bengals.
Trey Hendrickson is looking around saying to himself, I'm the first player in NFL history to go back-to-back years leading the league in sacks with 17 and a half. I had 35 sacks in 2 years and did not get re-signed by the Cincinnati Bengals. The nerve of the Cincinnati Bengals to make me act like I'm a two-time first-team All-Pro. I led the league in sacks 2 years in a row, and y'all going to treat me like this. Now, when Trey Hendrickson saw that the Max Crosby deal fell through, he said to himself, oh, I bet they love me now. And he gets to stay in the same division. So the team that didn't want me, I get to go to the best team in the division in the Ravens. I get to play with Lamar Jackson, right? I get to play, with Derrick Henry and this vaunted defense. I think that was a really, really good plan B when Max Crosby fell through. Jalen Phillips, I knew he was going to get
2 first-round
paid.
picks, brand new freaking coach, dude. Right away, I bet you that coach talked to his freaking homeboy and was like, "Hey, man, you're giving up my first 2 round right away for this guy." I understand he gets a bunch of forced fumbles and all that stuff, and he's good at run defense and pass defense. But man, 2 first rounds where you can get Trey Hendrickson. I mean, why? I mean, right?
Yeah, you're going to gamble, and the Ravens are saying to themselves. I mean, Cincinnati was saying to themselves, we need all the help we can get. The Ravens are saying we got a good enough team right now to be able to go out there and compete with a guy like Lamar Jackson at the helm. So I didn't go too crazy about it because Trey Hendrickson is still highly sought after. He was just playing for the Bengals. When the last time the Bengals made good decisions on defense? They don't. They got rid of. In 1 year, they didn't want to pay their first round pick out of Texas A&M. They didn't want to pay. They didn't want to pay Trey Hendrickson. They got rid of this. They got rid of their leading tackle and linebacker. They were just doing a bunch of crazy stuff. But then in Cincinnati, the only difference in Cincinnati and Cleveland is the location. They are both in the same state, and it's both awful. Now, Jalen Phillips broke the bank. I mean, 4 years, $120 million. Yes. I knew he was going to get paid. I mean, obviously, a guy that played at UCLA, then ended up down there in Miami, got drafted by the Dolphins, had the Achilles tear. Is a really, really good pass rusher. Got traded to Coach Vic Fangio defense over there with the Eagles, Fangio, and now he gets to go to Carolina. He gets to pair with Derrick Brown. Derrick Brown did not make the Pro Bowl. This dude is a premier interior defensive lineman. And you start talking about Jalen Phillips saying, look, they're paying me like a top 5 pass rusher. I need to have top 5 pass rusher production. We're talking about Max Crosby. We're talking about Michael Parsons. Right? We're talking about Myles Garrett. We're talking about we're talking about Will Anderson Jr., who was the first team All-Pro last year out of Houston. So Jalen Phillips got some big shoes to fill. Alec Pierce, I did not see Alec Pierce getting 4 years, 116 million. They got rid of Michael Pittman to go to the Pittsburgh, and then Alec Pierce. I said, hey man,
I know Alec Pierce because of fantasy football, dude. I cannot believe he got because I just no way. I don't mean to be down on the guy, but like that's I mean.
Yeah, he got super duper paid. Hopefully he can live up to that contract, which leads us to Malik Willis. Malik Willis is a guy out of Liberty who got drafted in the 2nd round to my Tennessee Titans, was never ever given a fair shake when he was with the Tennessee Titans, never ever liked how they handled him, how they didn't put really like a lot of weapons around him, had a very, very shaky offensive line, who did get traded to the Green Bay Packers. And what happened when he went to Green Bay? Jordan Love got hurt, and they just happened to be paying the Titans. And who was the backup? Malik Willis comes to Nashville and beats up on the Titans. And he's done really, really well for a backup, really, really good fill-in, but no Tua though. But then he's going to Miami. Cody, he's saying, I don't know nobody. Where's Tyreek at? He gone. Where's Jalen Waddle at? He's gone. What? Okay, so no Jalen Waddle. No Tyreek Hill. Nope. Darren Waller, we don't know if he's going to be back. No, A-Chain, he's here. I mean, he's here. They say he's not allowed to be traded. John Smith, sorry, he got traded to Pittsburgh 2 years ago. What about Jalen Ramsey? He's gone. What about Micah Fitzpatrick? No, he's gone to the Jets. God, dog. Where's Mike McDaniels? He's gone.
Yep.
So a lot of the front office execs that was in Green Bay are now in Miami. So they're trying to make Miami look like Green Bay. The problem is Miami ain't Green Bay. Now, Miami is a nice place to live. Now, nice weather. Heard they got a lot of nice strip clubs down there, too, that the players can't seem to stay out of. But that's another topic for another day. But I am happy for Malik. Kenneth Walker, though, I think is the best pickup because
I agree.
You get to leave. You're the Super Bowl MVP. You get to go pair with another Super Bowl MVP and Patrick Mahomes boy. But here's the thing. Is Jeremy Fields going to be the starter when the season starts for the Kansas City Chiefs? Because Patrick Mahomes boy might not be ready for the season. So Kenneth Walker gets to go to I get to leave a winning organization in the NFC to go to a winning organization in the AFC. I get to go from Coach, you know what I'm saying, Coach McDonald, with the Seahawks to Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy. That go Travis. Oh shoot, that go Taylor Swift. Don't walk up to her. Don't ask her for no autograph. She is here with her boo, Travis Kelce.
Do you know who the running back coach is for the Chiefs?
Who?
DeMarco Murray. Why would you?
Murray?
Yeah, dude. Like, Kenneth Walker's the man, right? He got the ultimate coaching staff, right?
That's
how
nice.
Could you more than what you have at McDonald's right now? Like that.
I'm gonna tell you something crazy. You want to know who Eric Bieniemy really is? You want me to tell you who he really is? In 1990, he played for the Colorado, right? He played for Colorado, the Buffaloes. His quarterback was Cordell Stewart, right? They won the national championship in 1990, and he was the starting running back. So Eric Bieniemy been doing crazy, like right? You want to know another running back that Eric Bieniemy coached? He used to be the running backs coach for the Minnesota Vikings, and they had this dude named Adrian Peterson. He used to coach. So he's coached Adrian Peterson. He's coached LaShawn McCoy. Because now he coached Pacheco. Now he get a chance to coach Kenneth Walker. All I'm saying is they say Eric Bieniemy is one of them old school coaches that hold you accountable. He don't cut you no slack. I don't care who you are and what you think you are. You're gonna do it right. You're gonna do it light. If you do it right, you do it light. You do it wrong, you do it long. I don't care. So Kenneth Walker, I like it. Alex Pierce, I want to know who your agent is because you broke the bank. Hendrickson, your consolation prize for having to play in Cincinnati is being able to go over to the Ravens. Malik Willis, you get to trade Green Bay. Ain't nothing in Green Bay but a Residence Inn and a Hardee's. That's it. Ain't nothing in Green Bay. I've been there. There's nothing in Green Bay. I'm sorry, outside of the Packers. And Jalen Phillips, man, go be a number one pass rusher because they paying you like Michael Parsons. They paying you like Trey Hendrickson. They paying you like Myles Garrett and like Max Crosby. And you got to go. And Will Anderson, people, has not signed his new contract yet. But when he does, he gonna reshape the whole market because this dude, him and Danielle Hunter over there with this is gonna be another topic for another show. But hey, yo, CJ Stroud, if you don't doo-doo the bed in the freaking playoffs, y'all might be Super Bowl champions. Y'all might be Super Bowl champs. I'm just telling you. Crazy.
Last one right here, QB carousel. Kyler Murray goes to the Vikings. Tua goes to the Falcons. Geno Smith goes back to the Jets. What do you think about these QB moves?
Kyler Murray is in the best possible landing spot because everybody was thinking, where is he going to end up? And I was like, well, people had him potentially going to the Jets, but he did end up in Minnesota. Minnesota has also re-signed Carson Wentz, which means J.J. McCartney, he might be on the trading block when the draft comes. I will have to wait and see. Tua, kind of had a feeling Tua was going to end up at Atlanta Falcons because Tua is a guy that when you give him weapons, when Tua had his best year, he had A-Chain, he had Mostert, two-headed monster running back. He had a healthy Jalen Waddle. He had a healthy Tyreek Hill, right? He had a healthy Jonnu Smith, I think, and he had Gesicki at tight end, right?
Yep, there you go.
And he went out there and did numbers. Okay, let's compare that. Let's compare that to this. You got Drake London, check. You got Kyle Pitts, second team All Pro, check. You got Bijan Robinson, first team All Pro. Bijan Robinson in 2025 was the first team All Pro running back, and Christian McCaffrey was the first team All Pro all purpose back. Christian McCaffrey was the second team All Pro running back. And you know who was the second team All Purpose running back? Bijan Robinson. They just switched places. So basically what they're telling Tua is they're saying, Tua, look around this division. You got Carolina, they got Bryce Young, they won the division. Got it. You got Tyler Shuck down there with the New Orleans Saints, they were bottom feeders. And can you find a way to keep beating Baker Mayfield and company with the Tampa Bay Bucs with this, with, you know, and I think Tua's in a nice landing spot, even though Michael Penix, aka Tin Man. Michael Penix, if you want to know Michael Penix, he watched the movie Wizard of Oz. He's Tin Man walking down the yellow brick road with Dorothy and the Scarecrow and the Cowardly Lion because he got to get his body right. Now, Geno Smith. Geno is back in New York. I will say this about Geno. Geno Smith is a really, really good quarterback. He proved that when he went to the Seattle Seahawks. I really don't know how good he is now because I don't really want to judge 2025 because he was with the Raiders and him and Pete Carroll trying to get that old thing back. Well, Pete Carroll got fired and Geno Smith got traded. Aaron Glenn, the head coach of the New York Football Jets, is trying to find a quarterback. Well, because the backup right now is Tyrod Taylor. I don't think that quarterback of the future is in the building right now with the Jets, but I think Geno is going to do all he can because Geno is saying, look, man, I'm not going to go out. I'm going to go out swinging. And I still get a chance to make, collect NFL checks, so we'll see. But I do think Kyler Murray is in the best situation because I think Kyler Murray, if you can't find a way to throw the ball to Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, and hand the ball off to Aaron Jones, you're in the wrong business. And I know you got Green Bay. I know you got Caleb Williams. I know you got Detroit and Jared Goff and Amon St. Brown and James Wilson, Jahmyr Gibbs. Who cares? The Lions didn't make the playoffs. I want to know if Ben Johnson and the Bears are more than a one-hit wonder. And Green Bay win games they should lose, and they lose games they should win. They weird, when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. But I like the fact that he's in the division in the NFC North. That dude, come get you want some, come get some. Tua is in the NFC South. It's anybody's game because I think all the teams are evenly matched. And Geno Smith, hey man, I know you play on Sunday, but you need to go to church on Saturday and pray. Because the Jets, my God, I mean that's like a quarterback graveyard right now. Can you resurrect yourself? When it comes to New York, but I do like the carousel. I think the quarterbacks are the biggest and most influential pieces on the chessboard because it doesn't matter all that other stuff. If you ain't got the quarterback, you're not gonna win. I don't care how good your team is. You want your team to be great, give him a quarterback. And now the quarterback don't got to be great. He just can't be bad. Like he don't got to be great, but he just can't. Sam Darnold is a good quarterback. He's not great. He's good. They won the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy is not a great quarterback. He's good. They won 13 games. The correlation
is with Bo Nix. Yep.
Bo Nix to me is the most impressive quarterback the last 2 years because he came in as a rookie 2 years ago, made the playoffs, and last year they had the best record in the freaking NFL in the AFC. And if he don't hurt his foot,
and he only throws for 3,800 yards, right? He just
if he don't hurt his foot, they win the Super Bowl. If Denver goes to the Super Bowl with Bo Nix, they win it because they find a way to shut down like a Kenneth Walker. They're gonna make. Sam Darnold beat them. They're gonna find people saying, well, who's gonna shut down JSN? Have you ever heard of Patrick Surtain? Have you ever heard of him? They're gonna put him on him and say it's you and me. Because they shut him down in the Super Bowl. So, but yeah, it's Patrick Surtain Jr. His daddy is the best tackling corner to ever play in the NFL. Patrick Surtain Sr. was him. Had a chance to interview him back in our ESPN days on Troop Talk. And I was just saying, what is it like watching you? He said, man, Ben, he said, he's everything I was. The guy's taller. He's bigger. I said, I don't know if Patrick Surtain is married, but whenever he gets married, he's going to be a great husband. You know why? Because that man is patient. He is patient. He just sit there at the line and you do your Michael Jackson, moonwalking. And he like this, come on. And when you come at him, he going to hit you with, nope, you ain't going nowhere. But
Oh yeah.
that's a wishful thinking. It didn't go that way. I do think Denver is going to be a really, really good team. I know we'll get a chance to talk about them on here sooner rather than later. But yeah, I like the quarterback. The quarterbacks are the ones. Like, even in the draft coming up, I know it's going to be about Fernando Mendoza and all these. If quarterbacks are headliners, no. I look at it like this: quarterbacks, and I use this analogy. A quarterback is a gun. His teammates are the bullets, right? Because he fire them at you. So, and like I say, sometimes you be like, "Hey man, what kind of gun you told?" I say, "No matter, man. I got a big gun." Well, a big gun come with big bullets, which means I don't got to hit the target to hit the target. I can go boom and just to ricochet. So, and I don't know about guns like you do, Cody. We ain't trying to make this, listen. We don't want the gun people coming at us. Ain't nobody. We love gun. We ain't advocating, not advocating. We just saying, get you the right quarterback and watch what happens. Because they thought that Sean Payton couldn't coach no more after Russell Wilson left. That was a lie. Sean Payton, so I can coach. He the problem. Because since Russell Wilson left Denver, he's been on Pittsburgh, New York, and I don't know where he's going to be in 2026. Who knows? I mean, he got Sierra, so he ain't really worried about what I'm saying. So, but yeah, but I
so
like
with Bo Nix, he obviously uses a lot of mentorship, but he actually talks to Peyton Manning and all that stuff. So we're gonna get into the next thing. Is actually mentorship. That's happening. That's actually having a lack of lately in youth going into college and into pro sports. How mentors are just falling off the face of the earth these days. And I want to give a few things because I know you do a lot with it. You do a million speaking engagements for a million different things, obviously for great things. And obviously, you have came out through many of my football practices, talked to the boys, try to give them some mentorship. I'm sure you still mentor many of people. And I try to do the same as much as I can. And but what's your thoughts on how mentorship helps a man or woman? Right now, we're going to talk about young boys and young men. How it makes men a better man. Because I know you've done a lot, including with kids who've like dads are in like prison and all that stuff. I went to your prisons with you and you've done speaking engagements with that, so you've obviously been through a lot, and whenever you hear other people going through probably the same thing you went through, you obviously want to offer them mentorship. So how do you think it develops young men?
It's a learning curve. Mentorship makes it so that's your cheat code. That's so that you don't have to go through a lot of things because somebody's telling you, "Oh, I'm telling you what's behind door number one. I'm telling you what's behind door number two." The most vulnerable communities there is in America is the youth, the young people. They are the most vulnerable because they are the most impressionable. They're going to go with what sounds good, what looks good, what tastes good, right? And then we walk up and go, "I hope you didn't eat that." They like this, no, I didn't. So mentorship is so that you don't have to go through a lot of these things that we went through. It's telling you, and here's the great thing about mentorship. One, everybody can do it, as long as it's two things. As it's authentic, no hidden agendas. When I don't want anything from you, I just want the best for you, that mentor can be trusted. But if I can't get in the game without you, if I can't get access without you, no, that's called being a con man, a con woman. We ain't doing that. Mentors, when it comes to amateur sports or amateurism in general, every amateur needs direction. And sometimes direction sounds like you being hard on them. Well, I'd rather them be mad at me for telling them the truth than to be happy with me because I'm lying to them. I'm not finna lie to you. Like CeeLo Green, Mr. Gnarls Barkley himself said, back in the day when he was with a group called Goody Mob, he said, "You don't want to hear the truth, so I'm gonna lie to you, make it sound fly to you." I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna lie. As my agent once says, if I lie to get you, I'm gonna lie after I got you because that's how I got you. I'm not gonna lie to you. And mentors have to decide from the jump, what do you get out of this? And if you say, all I want to do is be of service, that's it. What I want from the beginning is what I want to get in the end. I'm not doing it for recognition. I'm not doing it for notoriety. I sure the hell ain't doing it for money. No. I'm doing this because the greatest mentors are nameless they're nameless people because you won't know them. But when a kid is getting awarded something, he or she, and they say, I want to give a shout out to, that's the person that helped them. It ain't a person that will know, to this janitor, to this teacher, to this person at Boys and Girls Club, or whomever it was. It's a lack of it, Cody, because mentors start thinking, what can I get out of it? You're no longer a mentor then. When Cody James Queen said, I just want the best for you, that means I'm going to push you now. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to stretch you. Not because I'm trying to see how far you can go. I'm trying to show you how far you can stretch. I'm showing you what's in you. And every last kid want to be something. They want to do something great. I can't speak for the ladies. I cannot speak for the ladies. But when it comes to the fight, men supposed to do certain things, right? Right? Men, listen, the first thing a man's supposed to do, he's supposed to contribute. He's supposed to contribute something. That's what a mentor does. The second thing a man, right, supposed to do, he's supposed to connect. He got to connect with people. Like, I'm being creative, right? I'm connecting with people. I'm contributing. And when he is doing that, man, he is doing things like, I'm contributing to society. Like, man, I'm connected with people, man. And I think for these young people, they need to know what creativity looks like. They need to know what connection looks like, man. Learn how to contribute something to somebody, but connect with people, right? And being a mentor for me is one of the most humbling things I'm ever going to do, because when people say, well, what do I give to these young people? The answer is very simple. They will show you. They will show you what they need. Don't go in there thinking, I know what they need. Nope.
Right.
That's assuming. No, just go to where they at. Meet them where they at, and they will show you. Because the first thing a mentor has to do, Cody, which I know you do, you got to build a relationship. Why would I listen to you? I don't know you. But the only way I can give you rules or principles is once I build a relationship. Rules without relationships lead to rebellion. They're going to rebel with relationship. They show as hell going to rebel without it. So the more I build a relationship with you, the more you're going to open up to me, the more I know who I'm talking to, the more I can help you. I'm not trying to get you to a place that I want you to be. When people say, I need you to go this way, well, if I want to go over there, okay, tell me what you want to do. Tell me how you're going to get there. And let me tell you where you flawed at. Because if you want to do this, hey, as long as what you want to do is legal, it ain't going to take your life from you, ain't going to put you in jail. I want to be a veterinarian. Okay. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter what they want to do. Is tell me what you want. Let me show you some of the pitfalls. But the first thing I tell them is I say, I want you to take every pitfall you think, from disappointment, from betrayal, lies, jealousy, hating, all that. And I want you to write it down. Why? Because if I can put in front of me all the pitfalls, it ain't going to stop me when it comes. But if I just go, it's going to be smooth sailing, that's not going to happen. I want you to, pitfalls are a part of it, but mentoring is the greatest, man. It is. I mean, my nonprofit, the Uncommon Crew, what we do with our mentoring program is simply, it's grown men helping young men. It's one beggar telling another beggar what the food is. It's me letting you know, if what you want to do ain't hard, if what you want to do comes easy, this is the wrong program. You want something meaningful. You want something that can last a lifetime. And I want to affect Cody, we are former athletes. That's why we can relate to current athletes. They got social media, they got more access. It's still pads. You still got to run the same routes. You still got to do so our ability to resonate is telling them, I've already been your age, youngin. Like, look, forget what you're doing. I've been you. I ain't trying to be 18, 19. And that's another thing too. We got to separate us from them. And Cody, we talked about this. I don't have friends that are 18. I don't got friends that are 19.
We talked about
I don't got friends that are 20. Now, we can be friendly and kind. I'm not your friend. Ask my kids. My dad just said, I ain't your friend. Ask my niece and nephews. I got a nephew that's 23 years old, gonna be 24 years old. I'm not his friend. I'm his uncle. Because people say, well, Ben, why can't you be their friend? Because friends are on the same level. I'm not on the same level as you. Who you talking to? Right? Because if we teach them discipline now, they can handle it in the world. But if the world got to teach you, uh-oh. That's
Yep.
why, right? That's why your son, your daughter, Cody, you'll say, somebody say, you might be being hard on them. I said, no, I'm showing them discipline. I'd rather them understand it in this house. That way I can send them out there in the world. I'm not getting these kids ready to stay with me. I'm getting ready to go, because all of them ain't going pro. If any of them, all of them ain't gonna be these rappers and these lifestyles that they see on TV. It's not going to be that. I'm trying to make sure they stay out of somebody's jail or trying to stay out of somebody's graveyard. That's how serious it is. So I do take mentorship very, very, very serious, because somebody mentored me, and mentors usually aren't your family members. Ain't that
Yep,
crazy?
that's the same with me, because as you know, my dad died when I was young, and I'm not from like the best area, and we obviously have like Boys and Girls Club, the JCs, and all that stuff, and I got some mentors through that. If I wouldn't have had that, dude, I was already a handful running the streets.
Yeah.
So without them, dude, I had no way I would have been out of jail. There's no way
I mean,
at all. I am like
it's
very
worth it,
thankful
man.
for my mentors, actually, and I still talk to them. Like my best friend's dad, we just had dinner the other day, actually, and he was in the army before. He's like from Harlem, and he obviously motivated me to get in the army whenever I wasn't doing shit with my life. So having a mentor, having that is just what I wish I had more, because I didn't have it all the time, more than I needed. So I do it now because I coach so much and do it. Like you're saying, was I'm not we're not doing it to make you go pro. We're doing it so, say if you get a job and you know
Yeah,
how to handle it, you make right decisions, because that's
there
what
it
scares
is.
me more, is if you don't know how to handle life. I don't care if you play pro. If you go and you do a business and you go and run a business or something, I want you to be successful in that. I don't care what you do. I want you to be successful in. So you're 100% correct with that statement. That you have to care about the child and how the child
Of
feels.
course.
And
And that's it.
obviously, you're an author. You actually wrote a book on during the COVID times on how like a lot of kids didn't like wearing the mask, and
Nope.
you have to be relatable to them and have to talk to them and care. Actually,
Shout out to the homie Miko. Shout out to the homie Miko, man.
great
My
book. Yeah.
homegirl Miko Polk. She met her when I was with the Titans. Man, became like my sister to me. And I remember when the pandemic, you know how those with the pandemic, Cody. We was
Oh, I
like, what are we
remember.
gonna do with ourselves? Like, what are we gonna so
Dude, I remember when it first started, I kept on spraying myself with Lysol. Like, it was wild, dude. Remember? And they canceled sports, and we worked in sports. We were like, dude, it was
Cody
wild.
had a
Remember
house full
that?
of toilet paper. Cody the one bought up all the toilet paper and the paper
I
towel.
did.
He was over there rationing out. Listen,
I
I was
made a
going.
fort. I was putting them in like dime bags and selling them and stuff. Like,
Cody's in Walmart with 2 buckets full of people. Like, this guy right here, take it from me then. Don't get
oh
mad at
yeah.
me. She reached. It was funny. Miko reached out to me and said, she said, man, I'm thinking about writing this book, about masks or whatever. Like, yeah. She said, I got this character named Judy. I said, yeah. She said, I'm thinking about having a character to go with it, like a guy character. I said, like what? She said, like John. She said, your dad name was John, right? She like, yeah. She said, well, what if we just spelled John without the H, just Jon, like Judy and John? I said, okay. She showed me like what she put like with the rhymes, and she asked me, could I like put some stuff together like that? And I said, yeah. So I'm thinking about it, and I put together like I wrote some stuff like the rhyme, but kind of like what she had. And she said, what about a book called Judy and John's Mask? And after I gave her my rhyme scheme or whatever I put in the book, she told me about True Vine Publishing, and got a chance to meet Tim, and it's like now being able looking back on it. She told me, she said, did you go to the rhyme? She said something about it's like a rhyme book factory, something you can go to help you put. I said, I didn't do none of that. I just put it, but I think she was working at a school then. She's not working at that school now. To have a children's book called Judy and John's Mask, it's the first book I ever wrote, and it's one of my crown jewels because you know how it is, Cody. No, we ain't chasing anything, man. We out here just doing the best we can with what we know how to do. And to see a kid reading my book, his name and the publisher name was Timothy Bond. It's called True Vine Publishing. It's in Nashville, Tennessee. And obviously, you see my book down there, Uncommon and Unfinished, The Bench Store with BJ Bennett, did it through True Vine. I think you just said it though, Cody, when you said to see these kids at a job, we have to one of the main things a mentor has to do. Please reshape how people see success. It can't keep being this. It can't keep being you're successful if you got the biggest house, the nicest, flashiest car. No, right. Success simply is, hey man, you a husband? Yeah. Man, be faithful to your wife. Make sure you take care of your kids. Make sure you take care of your home. Make sure that is success. That is success for life. Not how many vacations you go on. Not how do you got on the latest Jordans or the latest anything. Hey, I'm a guy that wakes up in the morning, and I'm speaking to the guys. Nothing against the ladies. I'm speaking to the guys. I wake up in the morning. I get my kids ready for school. I kiss my wife before I go to work. I get off of work, right? I come home every day. I talk to my kids about their day. I ask my wife about her day. I'm asking my kids about what's going on at school. I'm checking in on my family members. I'm cutting my grass. I'm washing the dishes. I'm doing what dads do. And I can still, and the greatest thing your wife and your children or your spouse can see you doing is enjoying your life at the age and stage you're at. Don't get to the age that you are and stop dreaming. I tell my son, the only difference in you and me is what we dream about. And he'll say, and my son will say, well, Daddy, what do you dream about? I said, you see me on there with Cody? You see the content creator I'm becoming. You see the way I'm mentoring the boys and Uncommon Crew. You see the way I'm keeping my nucleus of friends around me. Why? Because I mean, like Drake said, I don't need no new friends over here. I'm not looking to branch out when God has already given me the foundation of people that and be a person that pushes other people with the effort that you give. I mean, man, I'm gonna do all I can for people. I don't always need something. And then what do you need in order to do this? Well, what are you offering? And then they'll say, well, oh, you want me to pay you? Well, you offer. So you offer me, and then when I give you a price, I say this. And the Bible talks about your gift making room for you. Cody, you got room in this life because you use your gifts. I'm not using. Like you said, it took me a year to learn how to get to where I am with this software. You said, I'm going to learn it. And when I'm ready, I'm going to jump out there. I'm not going to jump out there before. I want to be able to want pushing the buttons. Once again, with the vibes, I'm the man behind the freaking, you see that behind that curtain? I'm the man. So for me, I know what I'm good at. And the one thing I know I'm good at is being of service to people. I enjoy it. I'm always thinking about ways I can help. The Uncommon Crew to me is my children, my children are my freaking legacy, my wife. I mean, it's like, but what I do for people, I hope the Uncommon Crew becomes the premier mentoring program for boys age 12 through 18 in the Southeast. Like we're talking about Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, the Carolinas, Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, because all we're doing is mentoring. We're not, and when I say mentoring, Code, I'm talking, we getting them ready for the workforce. We getting them ready to go to college. Or we getting them prepared to go to the military. And some parent asked me, well, what if they don't want to do that? Well, they must come from it. So either they're going to work, they're going to school, or they're going to the military. She's talking about, what if you want to be a content creator? Well, where he going to get his checks from? She's talking about YouTube. It takes a while. And I said, well, ma'am, if you already, and it works when you show up. Before Cody does anything else, just show up in your physical presence so they can see you. Because some of these youngins now, they already.
And because I ran the internship program from Savannah State to ESPN Savannah, and as you know, we got some good ones still. We got Cam, who's still working for ESPN up there.
Man, shout out to Cam Ursery, man. Cam is one of the many success stories because it's like Cody. It's no coincidence. You like me. You came. Listen, you moved to Brunswick and you say to yourself, man, what am I going to do in this crazy little town, man? Like, what am I going to do? And then Here, there go Mark, there go Kevin, there go PJ, there go BJ, there go Christian, right? And we got these nucleus of people, and I'm Jim. I'm talking about the people we deal with every day. And little by little, you start saying, wait a minute, dude, not only do I like this, I do this, I can do this. And then when you move away, it's something that BJ told me. He said, dude, you develop a skill set here that goes with you no matter where you go.
Oh, yeah.
So now, us sitting over here,
Well, you also had the confidence too. We had confidence. That's the thing. So that's why I was like, as long as I can learn it, I am confident I can do it. So teaching confidence is a huge thing too. Like just teaching.
Well, confidence. It's good that you use that word. Confidence comes from evidence of doing it over. Confidence is nothing but evidence, like repeated. Meaning, if somebody's talking to you about your days in the military, even if you didn't do what they did, y'all share a common, past life and being in the military. And then you're gonna say so. They're gonna say so. Yeah, you talking about this because you did it. When it comes to this, we only get better at it when we do it, and we get better and better at it because people say, "What are you trying to get?" I'm trying to get two things. I'm trying to get comfortable, and I want to be efficient, not effective. I want to be efficient. Efficient just means I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I just take less time doing it. I ain't got. Somebody said, Cody, to do what you did, it used to take 4 years. I don't got 4 years. I got a year. And after that,
a year.
And we talking about a year getting right to what I need. Not all those bells and whistles. Give me the stuff that I need, not the buttons that don't mean anything. Show me the buttons. And now here we are. It's not number one, Cody James Queen is like me. I don't mind working as long as I'm working towards something I want to do too. I don't mind working with people. As long as it's what I want to do too. Like, I don't want to spend my life building monuments for people other than myself. Listen, man, I'll help you build yours as long as you show me how to build mine.
Well, and I also tell people, because me and you, we made our money in different ways. Obviously, you made yours through the NFL, you got retired. I went through the Army, I got retired. You obviously got injured, you retired through the Raiders, correct? And then I retired through injury also. So actually, it's funny, me and you talking at the time. Mine are a bunch of IED brain injury guys. You guys have the same thing. Same thing, CTE, same things going on. It's funny.
Traumatic brain injury.
But what I tell the kids, if you hustle and grind, like me and you had to do, we had to put our freaking bodies on the line, two different things, obviously. But you have to do something that's hard. One could be harder than the other, whatever. And you have to do it to ensure your future. Sometimes you gotta fucking go and work out in the heat all fucking day and get your ass chewed because you're a new guy. Either you do the NFL or you're doing the Army, right? It doesn't matter what the level is, but you have to ensure your future. So if you want to do stuff like this or anything else, that you should have a disposable income. By the time you're in your 30s, I tell guys, I know they're impatient, right? They always are. They want to get rich quick and do all this stuff. I wish you could, but I'm trying to get you on a realistically straight path. And then if you make it sweet early, badass, dude. You made it early. Nice. If you don't, well, we're hoping that you be able to do your own thing by the time you're 35, and that's early, brother. And a lot of people don't even think about it till they're 35.
Well, so that is early. But you also telling them too. They also every time we see Cody, man, he's in a good mood. He's this what I was told, and you can relate to this too because it sounds very similar. They said, Ben, it sounds like you where you want to be when you want to be as long as you want to be there. Like, yeah. It's not that all the time, but that is the goal. The goal is to not necessarily do what I want to do when I want to do it, because it's hard to do that. But to be where I want to be, with who I want to be, as long as I want to be there, that's controlling your 24 hours. That's what everybody wants. I want to control mine. And with the little control we have in life, that part I want to control, I want to stretch it a little farther every day. That way,
right?
You in a big meeting. That's supposed to be this big meeting, and your wife calls. You're going, hold on for a second. You don't say, sweetheart, I'm going to call you back. You like, talk to me for a second. What's up? And then you talk to her, you say, well, because you letting her know, no. This is who I'm spending life with. Y'all just here right now for the time being. And if y'all not going to work with me because I picked up the phone with my wife, y'all can get the hell out. If you're not going to, because I'm going to do that, because if my kids call, I'm going to pick. It's like, when you younger, you ain't gonna take that call. You're gonna send them right to voicemail. They're gonna like, why didn't you pick it? That could have been important. That's That's what success is to me, to say, hey, man, to me, I live in the house I want to live in. I don't drive my house. Oh, my God. I wish I lived there. No. I live in the house. I'm married to the person I want to be with. You know what I'm saying? My children are the greatest. It's like they think that, okay, Cody, you only doing this to do that. You said, no. Would I potentially want to have a bigger studio? Cool. But that doesn't mean there was anything wrong with there's nothing wrong with mine. There's nothing wrong because I'm talking on a different mic and a different location. It's the same tone.
Yep.
So that's what I think
same
mentors do.
Use and everything. Yeah.
We get to tell these youngins in a nutshell, dude. I believe you can do it as long as you understand adapting and adjusting will be your greatest assets if you choose this path. You're gonna be adapting and adjusting all the time. That's why radio
climbing, which is switching your grip while you're going up, right? Because we want you to climb up. We don't want you to stay at that job that you get when you're 20 and be at that job by the time you're 30. No, I want you to be doing way better.
You've been at the same job for 20 years and you ain't moved up at all.
You didn't move up?
Last year they gave me $1.25 raise. What? You've been here for 20 years? No, we're saying when you are adapting and adjust climber, you will walk away if it don't fit you. And it ain't gonna feel good at the time. Be like, dude, I know what I'm worth. I know what I'm capable of doing. And if somebody asks me, Ben, we want to book you to come speak, I'm gonna ask them things like, okay, when is what date is the venue? How big is the venue? How many people are gonna be there? What is gonna be the subject matter? Are you guys charging a ticket? All these different things, and I'm gonna say, okay, well, this is my fee. I charge for this, and this, right? And then they're gonna be looking at me like, well, wait a minute, Ben. I said, wait a minute. I said, bigger than how much I charge. You call me. Ain't gonna. Well, that's
and
too
you're never
much.
local because I've seen you go all over the place. So it's never like because you stay near the Atlanta area. It's never near the Atlanta area.
Well, it's Cody, it's like this. If somebody says, "Hey, Cody, we love what you're doing. We want to fly you out to come speak to all our youth," you was like, "Okay, well, you're gonna fly me out? Yeah, okay. Well,
travel now you got to take care of the pay. Yeah,
exactly. Okay, you took care of the travel. Okay, so what about exactly? I mean, you still got to take care of the fee." Yeah. What about a hotel accommodation? Yeah. I said, well, you guys got to travel and you guys got a hotel accommodation. I'm not gonna charge you for that, but I still got to charge you. I'm charging you for three things. What's on my mind? Mm-hmm. I said, I'm charging you for the fact that I'm giving you my time. Yeah. And I could be with my people right now. I'm with y'all. So my time, my presence, and my mind is very, very important. Important enough that y'all call me. And when people say, well, what is Cody going to charge? You got to ask Cody. Because what Cody going to charge is, he's not charging you for what he going to say. He's charging you for what it took to be on this stage to say it. You know what I had to do?
That's a good saying right there. Flip it.
You know what I had to do? You know what I had to do to be? You know what I had to overcome to be able to stand in front of strangers?
Like I was saying, you have to do. You usually have to put in work in your 20s. Right? You usually have to. So the boys cannot be afraid of the grind. You cannot be afraid of the grind. You cannot be afraid of getting a job at Chick-fil-A at 16. You cannot be afraid of the grind. Sometimes you just got to grind. Do not be afraid of going right after football practice, going right to the grease fryer and start dropping freaking shit. And then coming back out and then doing football in the morning all over again, dude. Don't be afraid to be a grinder. So
that way, I love it. I know you're gonna give it to him raw though, Cody. Because here's the thing. They be thinking that people say, well, Cody, you just arrived here, did I? And then you start telling them, not that I'm gonna try to give you guys my background, but let me give you a little something. And I'm only gonna give you the part I think you can handle. I'm not gonna give you the grit of what. And then they start saying, this is just to get to the military. You know what the military did to me? This is what it did to me, right? You know what? PTSD and CTE and what I'm saying, therapy and depression and anxiety and frustration. Put it in the book. And then I say, but then now I'm a husband and I'm a father and I'm a protector and I'm a provider and I tell people all this going on in my head, and you know what they say? So you're gonna pay the rent or not? You're gonna pay the bills or not? Like it's like, but in the midst of all that, I still come over here with y'all with every excuse I have. my reason for being here is great. If my reason for being here is stronger than my excuse, I'm gonna show up. But if I'm an excuse maker, I can help the dude going to jail, not go to jail. I can give him. I said, man, just tell the police this; they'll let you out for real. Yeah, man.
There you go.
So, but we ain't no excuse maker. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
We ain't doing that. All right, go on to the next thing right here. NBA's here. Finally, I'll usually Christmas times when I start watching, but springtime is definitely when it gets probably some of the best basketball. So springtime on. If anybody has followed along, Magic fell to OKC to give them a clinching of the playoffs. Magic, I think, 5th in the East. So, I'm telling you right now, the Pistons are good. What the hell? Dude. When Pistons are good, and that was the game I'd always go for Orlando because it'd be $7 a ticket. I'd be like, yes, I'm going to go see the Pistons play 3 times in Orlando for a total of $21. But
but
can't do that no more. Luka out there beating the Nuggets the other day in a close game. Spurs, great team. Wemby's probably him and Joker, probably my 2 favorite players in the NBA right now. I love Wemby. I think he's a great player.
Yeah.
But the final stretch is coming out through. What do you think? Who do you think's gonna be winning it all? And who do you think is gonna be left out of it?
I will say this. OKC to me is just dumbing down how good they could be just to make it look interesting. They could easily have never lost a game.
I hate it.
Yeah, they could have easily not lost a game this year, right?
Yeah.
Pistons with Cade Cunningham, obviously, with his lung right now, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
He's gonna be out for a while. Luka Doncic has been a pro since he was like 16 years old. So you look at him leading the league in scoring, doesn't surprise me. Listen, Jokic he's so good at basketball, it gets on my nerves. He doesn't
even like basketball. He likes horses.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna lead the league in rebounds and assists. As a center, I'm gonna lead the league in rebounds and assists just to show y'all I do what I do. But I will say this about the NBA. My Hawks are definitely gonna probably be the 8th seed to have to do a play-in. The NBA playoffs, outside of March Madness, is the greatest basketball you are going to see because that's when you can't hide. All that cute stuff is out the window. I do agree though, when Boston is good and Tatum is out. Jaylen Brown does not get enough credit. Jaylen Brown when they won the chip 2 years ago, he was the MVP and everybody thought it was going to be Tatum. Now, I don't know what's going on with Jaylen Brown's hair. I don't know if it's real or fake. That was so crazy. For real. I don't know. I don't want to. That's crazy. But when the Knicks and the Celtics are good and Detroit is good, that is good for basketball. When the Lakers are good, that is good for basketball. When Wembanyama is one of the greatest things that happen to basketball because he looks like he looks like a basketball player. He's, obviously he is. And he looks like he's really, really good, which he definitely is. Now, I don't know what I like more. Do I like hair on his head, Wemby, or do I like bald Wemby? He's kind of going through some, you know what I'm saying? But I will say the play that exemplifies Wemby, that go Draymond all in his grill, and they do the inbound, and Wemby just dunked it on him. I said, I will say this about the playoffs this year. Yes, it's going to be hard to beat OKC. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. It's going to be hard to beat them. Detroit, without Cade Cunningham, it's going to be extremely difficult for them because of what he brings, right? I just think that for me, I think Shai is probably going to win the MVP again. And I think OKC is probably going to go back-to-back because what they built there is a culture that when they're I would say this. I look at a team at their best. All of them. Detroit, New York, we talk about San Antonio, Los Angeles, Minnesota. When they're at their best, who's the best? That's OKC. You at their best, you're not beating them. You're not. I don't. Bam! I know you scored like 100 points the other night. Y'all ain't beating them. But if LeBron James and Luka can find a way to just inch by inch, because if LeBron does it a year, 22-20. LeBron James is still starting the basketball.
He's still good too, actually.
Listen, LeBron James is starting in basketball. He's 41. He's real good. And I appreciate the international superstars. When you talk about Shai, we talk about Luka, Jokic, Giannis, the list goes on and on. But I think that for me, I just want to see how some of the stars align. When you're talking about the Cavs, and what they got, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
You're talking about Philly. I want to see what teams like Philly gonna do. OKC is gonna keep everybody honest. They're gonna make sure I don't care who you are, you got to come through us. I don't care who you are. Detroit is real similar to like the Knicks, to like Boston.
I agree.
They were such a good team for so long with Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars and those guys. And then you're talking about Rip Hamilton and Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace and those guys. And now they're getting back to, Detroit basketball. Detroit, we make more, what they say, listen, man, Detroit, we make more stars and Detroit make cars. Like, yeah, man, they get back to it. I'm just looking for a really, really good finale of the season to get to the playoffs, Cody,
because
the stars,
7 games left.
The NBA playoffs last a long time. Like it's like
15th, dude. It's like in the summer.
I mean, you the NBA playoffs go so long, you be like, dude, they still play basketball.
It's like 2 months. It's like 2 months playoffs.
They're only in the second round, but I am looking forward to it, and I'm happy that guys like Wemby, because when you're that tall, you just pray that he don't hit the injury bug. As good as a player, as great as a player as he is, but I think Shai, I think he wins MVP. To y'all stylists out there,
he's the high on the odds right now.
To y'all stylists out there, some of y'all just wear regular clothes. Some of this stuff y'all wearing, they don't even wear it at New York Fashion Week. Some of this stuff, like, bro, somebody like whatever Shai had on when he had the thing over his face. Shai, listen, just tell your stylist, I've never seen anybody in life wear this. Like, what is this? Just give me a shirt, give me some pants, give me some accessories. That's it. That's crazy.
Clip it. All right. So playing tournament right now, this is what it's looking like. The South teams right here. 8th, Hawks.
Yep.
7th, Heat.
Yep.
They play each other. Obviously, Heat is down here team. They are my call of not making it. I hate saying that, but I think they're gonna lose to the Hawks. Hawks are gonna have to play either the Hornets or the 76ers. And I think if they play the 76ers, obviously, I think they may lose. But is it
the Hawks play the Sixers day out. They play the Hornets. I know they got Melo. I think the Hawks I think the better matchup is the Hornets.
So if the Hawks play the 76ers, 76ers probably go on. If the Hawks play the Hornets, either way, I think the Hawks will probably beat the Heat because of how much on a downward spiral tailspin of a team right now. 50, I think they're let's look it up. I think they're not. From what I looked up the other day, I know the Magic were like 8-5. I mean 8-2 in the last 10. So let's do Heat. Yeah, they're actually 7-3. They're actually but they are in a 2-game. That's what it was. 2-game losing streak right now. So they're actually going, and it was 2 pretty bad teams that it has lost to. So they're already starting at the end. There's only 7 games left. They already lost 2 out of they're 2-1 out of the last 10. So, 1-2 out of the last 10. So right now they need to start winning these games, and it's looking like they're probably going to go 5-5, probably 4-6 at the last 10, which is not what they need. So they actually might be in the other bracket because it looks like the Hawks. I think they have a pretty good going out. Yeah. So the Hawks play the Warriors, Grizzlies, Pistons, Celtics. And the Celtics, Kings, Magic, Nets, Cavaliers, Knicks, Heat. So actually, Hawks and Heat play last game of the year too. Holy shit! So yeah, so it could be either way. So if as of right now, 8th and 7th seed, that to me is the most fun one to watch. Is the Heat versus the Hawks, which is good for us because those are 2 teams that we actually cover, and because the other teams like Phoenix versus the Cavaliers, not Cavaliers, but the Clippers. That's okay. but it would be more what I'm interested in the first play-in tournament to get me to watch on April 18th if they keep it a good game like that, like the 8th and 7th seed. Obviously, they're going to still do, but hopefully it's the same seeds, and or vice versa. I could see Atlanta being the 7th seed, but even because how close it is right now, I could see them because just like the Magic did, they went up to 5th in like 3 games, dude, 4 games. That's it. So it's so close because the Hawks are 31 and you're 38 and 31. Heat are 38 31. Magic are 38 30 at 6, and Raptors are 39-29. So realistically, the damn Hawks could win quite a bit and then get in the top 5. But obviously, the Hawks are on fire right now. They're freaking 10-0. What they won 11 in a row right now. If you didn't know that, the Hawks have won 11 in a row.
I mean, we hope they can keep that momentum. I mean, the playoffs.
So, dude,
has a lot
11
to do
in a row, dude, to get into the playoffs. They weren't even like thinking about getting. They were like 12th. And now they won like 11 in a row, and they're like, holy shit, we're in the playoffs. Like, and then if they keep on winning, they might be like a pretty good seed in the playoffs, like 5th, dude. Like, that is insane. That to me is the big story right now is Hawks Heat, which is wild for the 7th, 8th seed for anybody to even give a shit about. But that's the fun one to me. It sounds crazy, but that's the fun one.
I mean, we'll see. Those 7 and 8 seeds be the ones that because they're scratching and clawing to get in. Yeah. They come in with the most momentum because they played recent.
Then they get smoked in the actual round, but it's fun to see them
that first round. The thing about the first round is this: them seeds 1 and 2 and 3. They're trying to keep it. They're trying to keep it. 4-0, 5-1. They're not trying to be 7 games because the quicker you get through these rounds, the more rest you get. But it's a science to it. And I will be watching because the basketball season is long. I mean, there'd be so many games on. The playoffs, it's just so I'm just looking forward to the playoffs in general.
Speaking of basketball, March Madness, my boy right here, UF went there and played for Florida football, All-American, obviously your senior year. Great games. I used to always crap on a few of our boys there because I think you lost your senior year against FSU, but when your best game FSU, they didn't make it in the tournament, of course. So let's talk about the Gators. And Miami made it. So and UCF made it. So every other team in Florida bet FSU. Looks like they made March Madness. But Gators looking like they're good odds right now. I feel like I know we're going to go through a few of the odds in the notes. But right now, for me to win it all, plus 700 for the team that won it last year and is number 1 in the bracket. I know they lost against damn Vandy, whatever, dude. Vandy walked all over everybody apparently. But I really feel like the bracket they're in. Some people think it's a little heavy, but I actually like the path that will go. I'm actually getting this sounds crazy because Alabama kind of has a weak bracket too, besides Michigan and being in that. I really feel like the Gators will be playing Alabama in the championship. That's just me. I don't know what you got.
I know it's 10. I know it's 10 teams in the tournament. I know that Florida might get a rematch against Vandy to make it to the Final Four. I know they might get a rematch against Houston of last year. And here's the thing about Florida: Coach Golden has built a bully, and he does it with bigs. I mean, you talk about Rubin, him being the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. They got bigs that want to play big. They don't got bigs that shoot threes that they will, but they got bigs that want to play defense, stifling defense, that want to get up and down the floor, that protect the glass. And that's what you kind of build. He built his team from inside out. You got scoring, you got rebounding, you got dishing the basketball, you got transition offense, transition defense. But when you got the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, you got a rim protector. You got a guy that's going to force you to make shots. He's going to protect the glass. He's going to protect the lane. But the thing about the tournament is this: the one thing Florida knows how to do is win, and the one thing that builds a culture, and the only thing that will sustain it, is winning. We can talk about being great people, and I love these guys. Are you winning? And Vanderbilt beat Florida, and then Vanderbilt obviously lose out to Arkansas in the SEC tournament. The regular season SEC champs were Florida. Florida comes in a number 1 seed. Auburn didn't even make the tournament and was a number 1 seed in 2024. Bruce Pearl, please be quiet. You are the former head coach. You are the former head coach of the Auburn Tigers. Your son is not a head coach. You do not make the tournament when your record is 17-16. Please be quiet. What are you talking about? They should have got in. They had that many opportunities in the SEC to get in. They had the SEC tournament to get in. You didn't do nothing in the regular season. You didn't win the SEC tournament. Please make sure and tip your waitress on your way out. Please. Ain't nobody listening to that. But
here's the round one matchup. Obviously, Gators playing number 16 review A&M, who just beat Lehigh in the first four. 35.5 points Gators are supposed to be winning by. These are one of them games I would not choose. I would not bet on or anything like that because that's a huge.
Yeah. I mean, Prairie View will definitely come in. They're gonna definitely come in excited. I will say this, man. Let me say this about the tournament. I respect every team that gets in. Shout out to them KSU Owls. Who my nephew's my nephew's college right now. They're in the tournament. Shout out to Howard. That made the tournament as well. The greatest outside of the NFL playoffs or maybe the college football national championship or the Super Bowl, the NCAA tournament is nuts. You got all these people filling out brackets. Sorry, I forgot to fill out my bracket. I had it in by noon, but I'll still be talking trash. I'm just looking forward to seeing how these brackets get busted, how these buzzer beaters. It's just, I mean, you're on the edge of your seat. I mean, this got to be one of the best and the greatest and worst times to be out there in Vegas. They're like, dude, it's gonna be nuts.
Well, I'm gonna give you some upset alerts right here. These are three that we picked out. Number 11 USF over number 6 Louisville, plus 210 money line. Louisville is missing their star point guard, Michael Brown. I guess his back's messed up. USF is disciplined veteran team that could easily catch the Cardinals sleeping today. Also, number 11 VCU over number 6 North Carolina plus 125 on the money line. So actually, VCU has pretty good odds against UNC. UNC has been consistent all year, but I don't know. And also Santa Clara over number 7 Kentucky. That has a lower money line plus 115, which is bananas. People are liking the Santa Clara pick, but Kentucky's defense has a problem lately. So, but their shooting is pretty good, but we'll see with that. But big national title odds that we got Duke as plus 135, ranked number 1 in adjusted efficiency by Cameron Boozer. Michigan's plus 350, pretty good bracket on that side. Like I was telling you earlier about the Bama bracket they're in. Strength of record in the country. Arizona plus 400. People are liking non-SEC or big-time school. It needs to go out to Big Ten and SEC, they're saying, and Arizona might be that school. Massive rebounding margin, 10 and over 10.5. And Florida, 750. That's my favorite big bet. Obviously, you don't put a bunch of money on it. You get a little bit of money, big reward. If you're doing a little bit higher bet, a lot of people are going with Arizona and Duke. But Houston also, number 2, best defense in the nation, only allowing 58 points per game, plus 1,100, which is a huge, huge upside. I'm liking the Florida, plus 750. They're back-to-back. I mean, they might be back-to-back. It's a good chance. If not, it's fine. I would at least pick them to try to at least go into Elite 8, and I think that's probably 250. So I think that's a good bet. Elite 8, Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I like the odds with Florida. You're talking about the plus 750. I mean, Houston, having the best defense in the nation, allowing only 58 points per game. You know what Cameron Boozer's been doing. Everybody was thinking what the Boozer boys going to go. They end up going to Duke. Michigan is Michigan with a strength schedule. And Arizona, I think Bryce James, I think he goes there. I think LeBron was asking about his playing time. This is what makes it nuts is we already talking about national championship odds. We talking about upsets. It comes down to execution. Can I do what we do, and can we limit them on doing what they do? Can we play our game and not get away from what we do? Can we frustrate them on the boards? Can you get back on defense? And can you shoot free throws? Because if you up by 4 with 26 seconds left, they're gonna keep fouling. Can you shoot free throws? Can you box out? Can you get a rebound? Can you get up the court? Can you affect the game without the ball in your hand? Can you get, can you make the easy layups? Can you hit the open threes? Stop. The statistician out there, please count how many threes are taken. People are shooting threes Dude, what about a 15-footer? What about a foot a pass to free throw line? If you went 3 for 9 shooting threes, you can't shoot them. Just come in closer. Steph Curry then affected the game in a way that's crazy. Steph don't miss a lot. Y'all just gonna be bricking. It's gonna be
obviously this is not going to come
bricking.
out till later, but I got some score updates. This will be later. Obviously, this comes out on the 19th, but it'll be later on. Right now, games are going on. People are going to know the finals by now. But we were High Point 12 seed put against Wisconsin, and almost by the end of the first half, Wisconsin 41, High Point 39. Louisville, South Florida, halftime, Louisville up by 10, 37-27. So not good one on that one that we were talking about. And Nebraska's beating the shit out of freaking Troy, 73-47. So that's stuff we got right now. Obviously, McNeese State plays Vanderbilt. And obviously, final, I called the upset. My bracket's good right now. TCU beats Ohio State. 9 seed beats 8 seed, 66-64. My bracket's still good. So that's one of the upsets I picked for the first round. Woo, I got it right. So not bad at all.
The Horned Frogs beat the Buckeyes.
Oh, yeah. So Buckeyes are out. I thank God I called that. But I feel like one of the best games in the first round is actually going to be A&M, Texas A&M versus St. Mary's. I think that's going to be a good one. And Texas versus BYU. I got Texas beating BYU. I think I have that upset happening.
Brigham Young versus the Longhorns.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be good. All right, guys. Ben Troupe, I'm Cody Queen. Thank you, Ben, for being on Space Coast Podcast. Space Coast Sports Podcast. Probably check you in a few weeks. Have you stop by. Florida All-American first pick by the Tennessee Titans, first pick in the second round, correct?
Yep.
And but their first pick because they didn't have no first pick.
Yes.
So, yep, very good thing. You went all over the nation, played for the Raiders, played for the Bucs. Who else did you play for?
That's it. I mean, I played for the Bucs, played for the Raiders, played for the Titans. Always listen, orange and blue skies for life. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, y'all. Listen, soon to come, the backstory of myself and BJ Bennett talking all things college football. Just being true, just being BEING Troupe with Troupe Talk, and gonna be coming on here with Cody, man. Just having fun doing what we do. Look. To everybody out there that wants to get into this content creation world, if you want to get into this content creation world, get you a team first. Get you a producer, right? Get you an editor, right? Don't be ego-driven and learn how to listen to somebody. But you do it for these reasons. This is why you listen to me and Cody. You come for the nuance. You come for the nonsense, but you stay because it makes sense. Just think about it a little bit. It'll come to you. So before you say something not so smart, don't say it. Listen to us and make sure when we get going, you could be, you liking it and you sharing it and you subscribing it and you sending it to your friends because they need to know. And if you need a mentor out there, get you a mentor. And they'll say, well, Bill, how do I find a mentor? Find somebody who want the best for you and want nothing from you. That's a mentor. I want the best for you. I don't want nothing from you. And if they want something from you, that's not a mentor. I'm not going to tell you what I call those people, but that's not a mentor.
Exactly. Ben Troupe, thanks for stopping by. See you next time. All right, guys, that's Ben Troupe. This is the Space Coast Sports Podcast, and we'll catch you guys next time on the next episode. I'm your host, Cody Queen, and go to thequeenmedia.com and check out the rest.